Jeez, I really hate this title card. I really wanted to make a better one, but never got around to it. And now my computer is so old and virusy that every time I try and do anything in this editor, it just crashes. So this is as good as this cut of this film's gonna get. Anyway, hi. I'm the brains behind this so-called documentary, if you can really call it that. I prefer to call it a gonzo film. In case you can't tell by the title and my attire, yeah, that's me. I'm really into Hunter S. Thompson, and I like that when he would do journalistic things, he would kind of make it so that he was the story, even though he was at events or whatever. It became about him at these events. So I figured making documentaries about nothing except me, kind of, was sort of like that in a filmmaking standpoint. So I started making these little stupid memoirs because I didn't have any actors, but I wanted to keep practicing making movies and editing and things. So I just started filming what was happening in my life and started calling them gonzo docs because they're not really about anything but me. And you might say I'm an egotistical narcissist, and that might be true, but I really just needed some practice. There's the aforementioned crappy laptop. These are just some shots around my old apartment, the Monroe. It was really great times living there. A lot of nostalgia and all that. There was some rack focus shot there. That's exciting filmmaking, ladies and gentlemen. I really liked this place because it was within walking distance to a Taco Bell that was open like 24 hours, or at least till 2. Oh, hey, there's Ellie. Everybody say hi, Ellie. How you doing? She's very camera shy. Actually, she's everything shy. But her eyes are pretty, so we'll give her a pass. Yeah, I bought this album on vinyl, which was pretty cool. And the joke here is that you need a green pass. I clearly have a yellow pass. There's Gabe Bananas. This is the day I was helping Bananas move out of his apartment. And we've been moving stuff for a long time, so now we just started kind of breaking things. We're trying to throw rocks at this TV. There's me. I actually said my name right. And no one does that. Oh, nice throw, idiot. Yeah, that was a fun day. We broke a lot of stuff. There's a Scotty Cheek over there. I miss all these people. They were all characters. Gabe and I were starting to get to be really good friends, and I had to move, which is too bad. But, you know, we hung out enough that we're still close. I talk to him still. He's a good guy. Well, they're all good guys. Although I don't... Maybe their power got shut off. That might be why it's so dark. Because I don't know how those bananas in there could have gotten so bad. And I'm laughing because there's bananas in Bananas' house. His name's actually Jared, but we all call him Bananas. Because I guess one day he was in the dining hall at MSU when they were all freshmen. And he did that, like, shtick where you take the forks and you do a tap dancing thing under his head, but it was with banana peels. And that name stuck. And I don't really think he likes it that much. I really think he likes to be called Jared. So, the more I got to know him, the more I started calling him Jared. And I was crazy. I always rode my bike around without my hands on the handles. Amazing I didn't crash into anything. That day that there were cows parked in the garage. And there's Megan. There are cows in there. Astute observation. Well, this was pretty lolsy. Zach was having the hardest time trying. He was trying to blow a ping pong ball out of a hookah thing, and he was really having a hard time. So this apartment they're in, this thing in Springfield is we all name our apartments and houses and stuff. There's one called the Neo, as in Neapolitan, because a black guy, a white guy, and a gay guy lived there. So they called it the Neapolitan, like, you know, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry ice cream. That was probably my favorite, most creative name. But anyway, this is Grandma's log cabin, because you can't see it in this shot, but the shot behind, if I were to turn the camera around, it looks like the coziest little grandma cabin you've ever seen. Oh, man. I don't even remember why. Oh, you know what? I was over at Will and Arwen's house, and I saw Theo on a porch talking to some random African-American gentleman, and he espoused life advice to us for a good 30 minutes. We drank beer with him. I can't remember his name, though, but he was quite a character. I don't think I ever saw him again, though. Oh, there's Arwen. Those mutton chops were so horrendous. I can't believe I got more action with those mutton chops than I ever did with, like, any other facial hairstyle. So, yeah, these are Arwen's cats. Cat on the left, unfortunately, passed away. But, like I was saying, we all name our apartments. I actually named this one, or, well, this is a house, but I named this one the Slanty Shanty. Because, Arwen's, well, husband now, Will, was like, yeah, there's a magnolia tree on the front yard, and it all kind of slants toward it, so I want to call it the Slanting Magnolia. And I was like, that is so stupid, you should call it the Slanty Shanty, because this house is a dump. And his wife cracked up, and I think he hated the name forever, but it stuck. And everyone called it that all the time, much to Will's chagrin. And anyway, I don't know. I can't remember my thought process behind this shot. I guess. Oh no, wait. Yeah, I do. It's kind of the juxtaposition between this jubilant music and these cats doing absolutely nothing. And that was intended to be synced up. That little thing with the cat looking up. And I cut back to the diegetic sound of boring cats being boring, because cats are fucking boring. Nate on a scooter. Oh, but see, that cat's like, there's Riley again, living it up. Acting like the king. Ah, Jamie, I miss you. I remember when I was driving that truck, and I felt like I was gonna die. I'm not a truck man myself. It's too high up off the ground, it was terrifying. I prefer the comfort of a car more like this, the 12 Cadaver. That was the name of my car. Actually, Gabe from earlier named my car, or well, helped me come up with the name. Well, we were going to this pumpkin patch, and we opened up the trunk, and he put his backpack in it, and he's like, oh my god, you could put like 12 bodies in here. Then later that day, he said to somebody, I'm gonna go back to the 12 Cadaver and get my stuff, and I was like, that's a great name. So, the name stuck, and I called my car that, until the transmission gave out. That car was not cut out for, delivering sandwiches and being driven by a maniac. I pushed it too hard, and the transmission went out. Or it was an old car, and the transmission just died. It's kind of a gray area. Yeah, you know, I wish Greg was in this one a little bit more. Unfortunately, we were living far apart, so I don't have a lot of good Greg footage in it. He's a crazy guy. Oh, this is Kim's 21st. Those are some good Appletinis. Yeah, I don't know that Kim knows that I have this on film. I think if she ever sees this, she'll probably be pretty embarrassed that it is forever immortalized. Kim and Kyle are really cute. I'm glad Kim found a good guy. Kyle's pretty awesome. This is Greg drawing one of our famous LB Nate pictures. That's the whole thing there. Oh, there's Kate. She's nuts. Oh, look at that. She's proving it. Yeah, I don't know why, but, well, I do know why. It's because the limitations of the NES, but if you, like, do things, the music stops because there's only, like, 2 tracks for music. And sound effects completely fuck up the whole thing. Yeah, that was pretty much how we cleaned around the old house. I really hate carpet. I was glad that it had a hardwood floor, or hard brick floor, so I could just push broom shit. This is my terrible attempt at psychedelica. I'm glad I got better at it later, because that's just horrendous. What the fuck is happening? Your sight ever looks like that, it's time to call it quits and go to the hospital. Because I just can't even tell. That's kind of a cool shot. Yeah, see, that's a little bit better. It's not waving, it's just distorted. I should have done that more. But hey, you know, I was still getting the hold of these gonzo docs. They actually got a lot better as I got more experimental. And I don't know why I left the 2 practice shots in. I should have just cut to here. Make things speed along. Wow, way to bend your knees on that swing, dude. That was a terrible golf swing. Now that was a fun day. We donned our tuxedos and watched Alice in Wonderland. There was a pretty great time at the end of the movie where I think it was Karen was like, you gotta go over and rewind it because it's not gonna rewind on its own. And I'm like, no, trust me, VHS tapes will rewind if you leave them on long enough. And so we just sat there and waited. It was kind of like Pascal's wager, you know, like I just believed that the tape was gonna rewind on its own, and then after a couple minutes it just stopped and rewound, and my faith was confirmed. This cat's such a bitch. I don't know. This cat pisses me off. And I'm like trying to make a joke here about me and Greg being the coolest cats on campus, because we were going to make a web series about us being the coolest cats on campus. But he ended up not coming back to MSU, and that idea kind of fell by the wayside, which is too bad because our web series would have been decent at worst. You're Plato and I'm Socrates. Oh man. Pretty much though. That was kind of what was happening. Yeah, cats are cool. This is what I was talking about. But Greg did not realize what the hell I was talking about at all. He was in his own little world. But, yeah. And it was funny for some reason. Yeah, he's just, like, not comprehending that at all. And, yeah, this is so wavy. I don't know. I did the best with what I could. But, like, when I watch it, I'm like, maybe that was too much. I'm not really sure. Yeah, eventually we got tired and started eating eggs. I don't know where that beer came from, though. I guess Liz brought beer or something. Maybe Greg. I gave Liz the camera because a first-person view of eating eggs is exciting. I really love that pose of me there. I screenshotted it and saved a picture of it. And I felt like that encapsulated me pretty well. Sitting down like a weirdo with eggs and a beer in my hat and Hawaiian shirt. The essence of me. And I was also kind of proud of this fade in here because you know, we were watching it and then I just synced it up to actual file footage of the movie. Although I wish I had synced White Rabbit up a little bit better. I guess I was trying to get it to go, say, go ask Alice, like when they show Alice, but I should have had it come in and say, cut to the White Rabbit line when he mentions the White Rabbit. Yeah, right here is when it should have started. But, I don't know, maybe I tried that and it didn't work. I can't remember. Either way, it's still pretty good. And there it comes. It's really quiet now, but it starts fading in. Oh, you can't help that. Everybody says we're all mad here, which might be what it is in the book, but you see that on like shirts with the picture of the Cheshire Cat. That's totally not what he says. It's kind of like Luke, I am your father. That's not what Darth Vader says in Star Wars at all. Paraphrased and wrong. And this was me driving the cat back from the vet, and the cat was not having it. It was panting like a dog. It was really weird, but it was hella funny. Yeah, we used to play rock, paper, scissors, but we did this thing, like, if you win, yeah, with scissors, you had to, like, lick them. It was basically vulgar rock, paper, scissors. And, yeah, win with scissors, you lick them vulgarly. Win with paper, you rub your nipple. And win with rock, you kind of pantomime masturbating. As you can tell, maturity was very rampant and still is. Tyler and his hair. I do miss Metro Tyler. He thinks he's too old for it now, but I tell him that he could still pull it off. He just has to believe. Back when this cat would actually let me get near it. Yeah, this was Kim's 21st still, but this was like the family edition. We were running late because we couldn't find the place. We were driving circles around this park. I think it was Castlewood. I can't remember what the hell park this was. I do love my one-liner there about them riding in a turtle, because they were taking fucking forever. We were just, like, in there hiding for, like, 5 minutes. Oh, surprise! Yeah, you can't really tell what the hell's happening here, but this was when we had a campfire going, and Nicola was playing Paper Mario, as she tends to do. Paper Mario was our thing, but yeah, we were playing Paper Mario outside by a campfire. We know how to live. I miss Johnny. Apparently he got married. I haven't talked to him in so long that I missed out on the whole thing that he got married. I probably would have been at his wedding if we, like, were still in contact at the time. I'm sad I missed out on it. Oh man, this cigar shop is awesome. It's in Springfield. It's called Just For Him. They sell cigars, hats. That's where I got all my hats, except that one. I think I got at Disney World. Oh, so this was Nicola getting back at another friend of, well, I guess not really a friend of ours anymore, but he called Nicola a cunt one time, and that was really not cool. So she just deleted his file as a passive-aggressive fuck you. Not that he'll ever know about that, but we had a good laugh about it. I love this apartment, though. Actually, this is when she was moving in. We're about to go on the fateful antiquing trip that would give the name to our apartment. We found this booth like you'd find in like a diner, like a Steak and Shake diner. And we just thought it was the coolest thing ever. We were like, oh, Nicola, you have to come back and buy this. We'll all chip in. And we can call your apartment Booth Town because it has a booth. Well, we never got the booth, but the name still stuck. We always called it Booth Town. That was pretty much where I would spend all of my free time in the coming fall and spring. Those are great times. And here's some residents for you. You know, for all 6 of the resident fans on the planet Earth. That was an interesting 4th of July. I had to work from like 5 to 10, which sucked. I had to work on 4th of July. I was at a barbecue at a pool before I went to work. Everybody kept trying to give me beer, and I was like, oh, God, I gotta go to work, and I drive at work. I can't drink beer before I go to work and drive. So I like missed out on that, and then it cut into this. I'm glad I even got to see fireworks, but it was a real race to see them because they were like a couple minutes after I got off work. I think I actually got off work an hour early so I could go see them, but I still barely missed them, and I could only see them from my parking lot because I couldn't get close. I didn't have enough time. And this is supposed to be like misleading, like it sounds like a creaky bed, but it's actually this weird lamp fixture thing. So this is, I believe we're at Banana's apartment, which never really got named, except I like to call it Uncle Tom's banana hammock, or something like that, because Tom lived there and Bananas lived there. Anyway, some Smash Bros is happening, as is the college staple, I guess. We had them all on level 1 on the computer, and they were all acting like stupid Neanderthals. And there's the Link who's colored all light blue and purple like Periwinkle, so we started calling him Periwinkle. And that amused me. I really was on Team Periwinkle. I wanted him to win so bad, but he got his ass beat, if I remember correctly. I believe green wins. Oh, too late with that hammer, but I guess it didn't matter because he won anyway. Man, I bet on the wrong horse. -5, that's horrendous. Oh yeah, there's Tom, driving. I wish I had filmed more this day. Me and Tom had a blast, but so much so that I guess I forgot to grab my camera or do anything with it. But we'll always have the memories. Man, I used to smoke like a chimney. I'm glad I smoke less now. That clock was broken as hell. I never did anything to try and fix it. So yeah, I don't know if you can really tell. I don't know if the volume of the TV is loud enough, but I'm doing a conversation loop. You keep asking her the same thing, and they keep saying the same things over and over again, and it looks really, really stupid. Like you can almost see up my shorts. Now that is sexy. So this was the day at work when it was storming like crazy, and manager over there. Oh, Dan. Okay, Dan. I don't know if you hear before I cut. There's a line where Mama Bear over here says, "What do we do if there's a tornado?" And Dan says, "Well, we all get in the freezer." And she's like, "Would we fit?" And I cut off the camera before this all went down, but he was like, "Yeah, we'd fit. Come on, I'll show you." And we all got into the freezer, and he closed the door on us. And it was really cold, but it was pretty funny. I don't know how long he would have left us in there, but the phone rang from Deus Ex Machina stuff, and he had to let us out. But he got us good. None of us saw that coming. We all felt like idiots. There's that yellow Studebaker that I really liked. I don't know if it's a Studebaker really or not, but the first time I started really noticing was when that Primus album Green Naugahyde came out, and the yellow Studebaker with the 302 was seated Green Naugahyde. So yeah, that yellow truck is probably still there. Its license plate says like its license plate expired in like '92. I think it's been there for years and years and years. I don't know why it hasn't been towed. Maybe the people who own the lot own the car too, or it's private property or something, but it's been there for so long, it's almost like a staple. And this was the longest damn elevator in the world. Like, for a 4-story apartment, A, why do you even have an elevator? And B, well, because they were trying to be cutting edge, but B, like, why even have an elevator if it's going to be that slow? You could walk up and down the stairs twice before this elevator gets you to your spot. Yeah, I used to bike around inside that building a lot. There's me, and I hope that I could see better than the camera could, because it seems really risky to be riding my bike without my hands on my handlebars when it's that dark. So, it's a miracle I survived these days. I'm surprised I didn't get my dumbass killed. There's Jamie baking some cookies. I look really high. I don't think I was, but I look really high in this one. Yeah, you baked those cookies. And I apologize for this. I totally failed to change the aspect ratio in this shot, so it's a little square. If you thought that there was some artistic reason behind that, you're completely fucking wrong. Like I said, there's a lot of things about this I'd like to fix, but my editor dies every time I do anything, so this is the best this is gonna get. There's Lauren and Katie. Not too fond of, well, I won't get super personal. But, not cool, Katie, not cool. I love that fountain. This is Springfield Town Square.
So this is Town Square.
Oh.
According to this thing,
some black people were lynched here, which is true. It really did happen, and I guess if you didn't believe me, I'm about to cut to it. Yeah. Some fucked up stuff. I love Mr. Eddie's. This is a little head shop. Right close to downtown. Probably got a lot of business because of the college. Me and Tyler talking about Final Fantasy. Big surprise there. Man. You know, I think I was sitting on this chair and we went to go smoke a cigarette, but I was like, I'm not getting off this chair. I'm going to ride it the whole way down. And so I did. Actually, that's what you want. I want them Rice Krispies.
yeah, dude. I'm actually pretty
I like that some exposition actually gets caught on film in these parts, you know. You've been living here for a year. Oh, the audience gets a sense of what's happening. And I'm moving out, which is true. I was moving out soon. That was a fun day. I miss when I did crazy stuff, like ride a rolly office chair down a street.
How you doing, man? Cool. Yeah.
It was really hot that summer. The shirtless hacky sack, you know. What a bunch of hippies we are. Oh yeah, I found my old VHS tape of Batman. So we had Batman Day. Me and Will in his house. We had good times at the Slanty Shanty. I do miss that place. They actually well, they don't live in Springfield anymore. They actually live close to me. I should hit them up. I don't know what the thought process behind the Batman song and the Jimmy John stuff was, but wacky inflatable arms guy. I wonder if that really brought in business or not. Although that was intentional, cutting to Batman. Oh, this was me at the Dark Knight Rises by myself because nobody would come with me. I did a lot of things by myself that summer. I went to saw Primus by myself. It's like I had friends, but I guess they all suck or something. Well, except Arwen here. She doesn't suck. This is back when we were trying to sign a petition because there was a bill that was going to decriminalize marijuana in the city of Springfield. And we actually got enough votes on the petition, but democracy doesn't work, and the people were like, yeah, they got a lot of votes on it, but we're going to strike it down anyway. Because democracy doesn't work. So this was my only, like, experimental, I guess, actually fictionalized part. That was kind of me summing up what I went through a lot when I was living at the Monroe. Damn, my eyes are blue. And I was going to put in a lot of sound effects in this part and make it better. Like, I was going to put in some of, like, the Evil Dead kind of stuff, because this shot's supposed to be like the Evil Dead. In case that wasn't obvious. And, yeah, I don't know why I'd let this go on so long. I mean, I guess it's hopefully kind of obvious I'm looking for quarters, but it was only me filming, so the camera had to be there, and getting a lot of shots was difficult. And that was the reference to Ali Fear Eats the Soul, this German art film we saw where they shot a lot of people inside of doorways to symbolize that they were trapped. There wasn't anything symbolic about it in mind, but I did like all those shots of people in doorways. Oh, the filmmaker was a bit of a weirdo. He was very lewd and very gay. And very smelly because he never showered, if I remember correctly. And I cannot remember his name. And that was a good cut. Good job, Scott. And this part is also weird because I didn't get to go in and put in a lot of sound effects. But I was basically kind of showing that, or the point of this scene was to be like, to immortalize the creepy elevator sounds. And that's a pretty good shot. And a half Dutch angle stuff going on. But, yeah, that elevator made the most menacing sounds in the world. And I was supposed to be capturing it. I don't think the message really got across, though. But, whatever. Showed off my eyes, which are very pretty. Jeez, I sound so full of myself. So I'm driving to Current River, which is a place me and my family go every year for like a family reunion thing. We've gone there for like 5 generations or something ridiculous. And it's definitely one of my favorite spots in the world. I actually want to have my ashes spread over this spring right here. Just dump them on there in there when I die. Sounds good. This is the, I don't know, resort that we stay at. We used to stay in cabins, but then my grandparents and everyone got older and decided not to rough it so much anymore. And that's fine with me. I mean, I'll definitely go camping there sometime of my own volition when I'm older and have people to go do it with. But in the meantime, for the family reunion thing, this resort has kind of become a staple. The Rose Cliff Lodge, I believe. And there's a lot of gratuitous shots of me driving. And it's kind of funny, I think I'm wearing the same shirt here that I was when we were driving to Springfield, me and Johnny. And I don't know why my generation is like all fast and weird. I exported it into a file that could play on my movie editor, but for some reason, and it's never happened with any other file, it made it all kind of faster and weird. But I kind of liked it, so I used it anyway. And I love that shirt. That was a good thrift store find. It's like a Hawaiian 80s shirt, because it's just full of polygons and shit. Yeah, anyway. Gratuitous shots of driving. This is exciting filmmaking, ladies and gentlemen. Aren't you just enthralled? I know I am. Look at me turn. Wow, that is badass. This is what we go to the movies to see, folks. Driving. Baby, you can drive my car. Oh, it's over. Oh yeah, I faded away when it said fade away. In case anybody caught that. I liked it. And there's the lodge that we go and eat food at. And this is where Big Spring runs off to, and the water is absolutely freezing here. And Greg is experiencing it for the first time because it's really hot out, but the water is really cold, and it creates this really weird cognitive dissonance. And I do love how it looks here. It looks like the opening shot of Evil Dead. And I don't know why I didn't just cut to right here. That's where it should have started. That would have been better. But we persevere, live and learn. What was the point of these things anyway? I really wish I caught more. Yeah, see, I really wish I caught more of these, like the whole brainstorming process, because they're always so funny. And I can't even tell which one he's drawing, but what we used to do, Greg was a character artist, so he used to draw pictures of our friend, and they got more and more cartoony as time went on, so he sort of became like a Mickey Mouse type, Homer Simpson sort of cartoon character with his own distinct look. Instead of Mickey Mouse ears, LB Nate had the chin beard, and we basically used to brainstorm and come up with the most ridiculous things we could think of, like LB Nate having a picnic on a train with Jafar from Aladdin as the train goes off a cliff. And he drew it, and it was hilarious. And yeah, this is a small little cave right by Big Springs. I don't know why I can't keep the damn camera still, but I'm sure when I was on the editing board, I'm like, fuck, this is the only shot I have of this cave. Guess I'll have to use it. This is us doing some illegal gambling for pennies. Tripoli is pretty fun. It's like poker with a twist. It's like after you play poker, you play like crazy eights almost, and whoever gets rid of their cards gets one of these pots, and I don't know. I can't really explain the nuances of Tripoli right now. It's a little intricate, especially because the camera is so flat down that you can't really see the whole board, so I wouldn't be able to tell it that well anyway. There's my dad, my grandpa, and Greg. And how I don't know what prevented me from playing when I had something that could have beaten a two-pair. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess they must have really bluffed hard, because I must have had another two-pair myself or three of a kind or something, but for some stupid reason I didn't play. So this was us, me and Greg under the bridge, smoking our tobacco pipes. This was the first time I ever saw a Popeye cartoon this day, actually. I brought my laptop down, because nature ain't got nothing on Popeye, I guess. This is a cool shot of us, if it were less dark, but oh well. So this right here is supposed to kind of be a transition between me living in the Monroe and me moving into the Crystal Castle, as it came to be known. It got to be known as the Crystal Castle because, yeah, this is the Crystal Castle right here. And it's a good transition too, because I started wearing tie-dye shirts a lot during this time period, so anyway, got to be known as the Crystal Castle because I moved in with a roommate, and she said the place smelled weird, and it smelled weird because they put in a new floor, but I guess she was nuts, and she's like, it smells like crystal meth, and I'm like, how do you know what that smells like? But that's a whole other thing. So she eventually arrived at the only logical conclusion, that crystal meth must have been smoked or cooked in that apartment and was unfit to live in, which was her excuse to, like, you know, flake on paying rent and stuff, which threw me into like a pit of turmoil because I wasn't about to leave because it smelled weird, and it only smelled weird for like a little bit, even if you could If you could even say it smelled weird. I never smelled anything, but anyway, because of the whole ridiculous crystal meth thing, I ended up calling it the Crystal Castle out of spite and exasperation, I suppose. Put CJ in a diaper there. Had a resurgence into playing Grand Theft Auto for a couple days. I guess I thought it was hilarious, so I filmed it and put it in here. When you play it, it doesn't feel that bad, but when you watch yourself play it, you're like, oh my god, this game is horrendously violent. Look at that guy. Although this is pretty funny, look at that. That bat definitely didn't even hit him. There's me laughing maniacally as I drive an ambulance off a bridge. Almost off a bridge. That was a fun day. There's a pretty great picture of me sitting inside of this kiddie pool in a lawn chair. So, funny story about the kiddie pool. It was actually it was actually at the Neo, but these ladies over here stole it and moved it in front of the Slanty Shanty. And in the spirit of silly college hijinks, but everyone got really butthurt about it. But I thought it was hilarious. I mean, they got their fucking stupid pool back eventually. It was a funny prank. They stole a pool. That's funny. That's like when my mom stole one of her friend's reindeers. That was great. That turned into a whole thing. I guess I got time to talk, so I'll talk about that. When I was a kid, my mom stole, I guess I'll back up. There was a neighborhood meeting about leaving your Christmas decorations too close to the street. My mom kept telling her friend Vicky that her reindeer were going to get taken. So eventually, me and my mom went over there in ski masks. We grabbed the reindeer and threw them in the van. We drove off, and we left a ransom note. And Vicky retaliated by saying, I will not give in to the demands of deer nappers such as yourself. If you do not return the deers, these pictures will go up all over the town, or all over the neighborhood. And they were photoshopped pictures of my mom onto, like, really, really fat biker chicks. And just the whole thing was fucking funny. And, I don't know, I like my A for effort on these shots here. I'm trying to, like, delve into psychedelic shots and filmmaking. And I don't really get particularly great at it until the next movie I make, but I think it's something most artists do, is where they're really hard on themselves and their work, and I'm no exception. I hate every movie I've ever made. No, that's not really true at all, but hating your work is one way to make the next one better, which is some psychotic reasoning, but that is the artist's way, I believe. Yeah, they had this poster at Banana's house, or this what do you call those? I don't know. It was like a life-size poster-up thing of this Coors chick, and they put googly eyes on her, and she looked hella creepy all the time. Especially if you got far away. She really looked like just a crazy ex-girlfriend who was gonna cut you up with an axe. I do like this shot a lot, though. This is the best one of the whole sequence. And fuck if I remember how I did any of these things. If my editor worked and I could go back in, I'd remember real fast, but my goodness. I'm sure it's probably just an overlay thing, but yeah, back to more excessive driving, because like I said, that's what the people want. My god, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about at the end of this thing, where it's like just 5 minutes of me driving. I apologize for how hard it falls apart at the end. Like I said, I wanted to, there's a lot of things I wanted to do and fix about this video before I got it online, but unfortunately, I cannot, because my computer sucks. And that cat is into it. That was a great cat. Riley would play fetch if you threw, like, a ball and grab it and bring it back to you like a dog. Man, I loved this zebra steering cover. I meant to get, like, fuzzy dice, and I really wanted to get a zebra cover for the seats, too, so it just looked like a pimp's car, which seemed hilarious and very fitting for me. Not that I, like, am a pimp, but I definitely have that style. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Yeah, when I grabbed the camera, I definitely thought it was going to go right on. It was going to be cool, but I guess this is better, question mark? But, like, geez, I was really struggling. I do like that look, though, with the black button-up shirt with tie-dye underneath. Like a Tim Burton hippie. I used to wear stuff like that all the time. Johnny, Scotty, Gaby. Good old number 12, 918 South Robertson. Oh, the tales that place could tell. Or would tell if it could. It was right across the street from a graveyard. You can't really see it, but the graveyard's right there, behind that building. I apologize for this loud cacophony, but that's kind of what it sounded like. A loud cacophony. And, I don't know what Scotty's drawing. I don't think he knows what he's drawing. I think he's just kind of making it up as he goes. You know, I still have that, light-up ball. Unfortunately, the batteries are dead. I don't have any hearing aid batteries to fill it up with. 2 Gabes for the price of 1. What could be better? Man, this is hella old because there's only that poster, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, on the right wall there. Actually, the selling thing for me was that one of the walls was brick. All the other apartments that I saw didn't have a brick wall. But I was like, this brick wall is boss. I must get this apartment for the brick wall. I feel like I'm in Brooklyn or something. I always meant to get, like, a grapevine with, like, light-up grapes. Like a plastic grapevine, and, like, running along the top so it looked like I'm in an Italian pizza parlor all the time. But, I was always super broke because roommates kept flaking on me. So I was barely scrounging enough to get groceries, food, gas, and pay the rent. So I didn't get those grape lights.
I guess I don't either if I don't get into this class.
Update. I got into the class. This is when my school career was starting to take a downturn because we were hella broke, couldn't afford all these classes. This is before I wanted to take a loan out. In retrospect, I should have just taken a loan out. I'd still be in school right now if I had, but I digress. Oh, guess we're done. Oh, I guess we're not. Walking down Grand Street. Oh, Scotty's being goofy again. I do miss Scotty. I haven't seen him in a long time. And, I don't know, this might be like a Workaholics reference. I can't remember where this Catherine Zeta-Jones song comes from, but, we, always used to sing that, and I can't really remember why. And I don't know why I didn't just get a shot of Eric doing the, doing those twirly things instead of superimposing it over that last shot. It was probably too dark. Speaking of Eric, there he is on the trumpet. That's kind of a good shot, looking through the window and the blinds. He's backlit, so you can't see his face. Me and Johnny finding out the deliberating upon the meaning of life. Yeah, there's this guy, I guess, this artist who was on acid, and they gave him a portrait to draw, and he drew it again every hour, and it kept getting more and more fucked up, and that was the first one. I do love Mike Snow. Yeah, pretty much, dude. This is me doing my Hunter S. Thompson thing. I would have narrated more stuff like that, but I don't know, I didn't get around to it. So, yeah, this is a Tom Waits song called Going Out West. I played it while I was driving west. The point of the song choice was that, you know, I was going out west, which was to Springfield, which is west of St. Louis. Not quite as far west as California, but Springfield is kind of weird little niche hippie community where 60s still live in some corners. So I don't really know what to talk about for this last part. There's a Krispy Kreme in the corner back there. I miss Krispy Kreme. But yeah, I'm driving down Sunshine, I guess. If that's, since there's a Krispy Kreme. Yeah, I'm driving west down Sunshine. You can see in the far left of the windshield, there's a reflection of this old album I had, or the album artwork that I had framed up and just sitting on the back there. I don't really know why I had it there. I guess I just liked the way it looked when you looked in the back of the car. It was just like a painting. So, yeah, that was my first true Gonzo documentary. I don't know, there's things about it I would change, but I definitely do like it for all the nostalgia it invokes. And there's some clever cuts and directorial choices and stuff. So on the whole, it's pretty good. Could stand to be a little more concise, but as this scene kind of shows, because it goes on for the whole damn song. I did mean to cut it, but like I said, I just never got around to it. And eventually I was just like, screw it, I'm just gonna upload this how it is, even though it drags a lot at the end here. You get to see the thrilling excitement of me at a red light. I've said it before a couple times in this commentary, but this is what we go to the films to see. This is cinema. Waiting at a red light. Lip syncing. Dressed like a hippie who's trapped in the 60s. I do miss my cigarette holder. Not that I smoke so much anymore, but that cigarette holder was badass. I'd buy one again, even though I don't smoke often enough to justify it. But I would totally have one again, just for every time I did smoke. Although it would probably make me want to smoke more, so I don't know, maybe not. That building to the right over there, with the billboard that just kind of went out of the frame, we totally peed on that building once. I mean, what? That didn't happen. Wow, I actually managed to talk through all of that. I didn't think I'd have enough to say to get through that incredibly long and boring sequence. So yeah, it starts with a Primus song, Deanne's a Jig, and it ends with Captain Shiner. Both of them are off Tales from the Punch Bowl album. But yeah, I like this one a lot, this song a lot, because it's all about his time in high school and stuff, and nostalgia. And it, you know, starts with this this little riff on the banjo, and I ended it with this little riff on the banjo. But anyway, so yeah, that was Fear and Loathing in SpringVegas. Hope you like it. Cheers. Oh wait, I still got 20 seconds. Jeez, this thing drags, don't it? So, how you guys doing? I'm doing alright. I just watched a crappy movie. Anyway, that was it, and have a good one.